And
That's
now for
good.
part
That's
two.
good. So speaking of making time, from what I'm hearing from you, you should try to actually try to get in self-care time daily.
Daily.
But if your day gets so busy, um, what's the realistic time that someone can actually fit self-care in? Is it week? Can it be a weekly thing? Can it be a monthly thing? Or it's like, nope, 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 nope. Carve out 20 minutes, an hour, whatever it may be, every single day.
Self-care is daily.
Okay.
There are different, how can I say it? There are different ways of doing the self-care.
Yeah.
So daily, you should take at least 15, at the least, the 20 minutes. If it's, I'm going to wake up 15 minutes early so that I can just sit by myself and drink a cup of tea. Or I'm going to sit in my car before I walk into the house and just, let me leave the day's activities in the car. I'm not going to take it in the house. If it's, you're going to go to the restroom or, your bathroom, and I'm just going to close the door. I don't care who's calling my name. I'm not going to answer my phone. Just those minutes to have to yourself, that's a great start. Like, that's a good beginning to saying, hey, I have to have time for myself. But then when you start practicing that every 15 minutes, and then you'll start to carve out times. Sometimes I take my 15 minutes in the bed. I could be wide awake, but I'm not going to get up. I'm going to lay there. I'm going to pray. I'm going to just nothing.
Yeah.
Let me collect my thoughts for that. Let me not just get up and jump and start moving. Like it should be daily. And then you can have weekly self-care daily routines that, whether, like, some people have gym memberships and you go to the gym and I'm going to work out, or you pick up a hobby and you do something like that, or you take a walk. Those things you do weekly. Monthly, you can decide, hey, I'm going to go on a staycation.
Mm-hmm.
It don't necessarily mean you're going to plan this big vacation, but you're just going to take time, whether you're just doing it just for yourself, or if you're married, you and your husband, or, some people have significant others. But if you just take that time, like, this weekend, it's just me, it's no work, it's no church, or this Friday, nothing. Or you take, even when we go back to daily, you can do it as far as, I'm going to take today to just decide I'm going to eat lunch by myself.
That's good. So it's almost essential that you fit this time in every single day. That's what I'm hearing. Like,
yes.
Almost like you saying, I have to eat every day. That is essential that you have to carve out this time. Y'all hear that, Bestie?
It makes you better. It really makes you better.
Yes. So we have to carve out time, just like we carve out time to eat our lunch, to eat our breakfast, to help our children with their homework, to have that pillow talk with our husbands, to plan out your outfit for the next day, whatever it may be. It's essential that you actually have this time for yourself every single day. That's good.
Yeah, that is. So, well, speaking of the importance of having that time, every single day, which, trust me, I agree. I take my time every day. I take it by force. I have to. But in what ways do you believe that self-care contributes to our overall mental health and our overall well-being?
Because it allows you a place to just let things go.
Mm-hmm.
So it helps you emotional, whether you're upset, or you can get, if you're journaling, you can get that out. You're not constantly thinking about, Sally upset me today. If today, this is almost like when you were little and you had a Dear Diary moment.
Yeah.
And even as far as your mental health, like mental health is a part of self-care. It's everything. So if you're going to, hey, I'm going to call give me a psychiatrist. I'm gonna go see a therapist. I'm gonna go find a social worker. We have a thing that we can't get help, or if you get help, that means something. And it's not. It really helps your mental, because it allows you to be more happier. You're freer. You're able to communicate what's going on with you. You're not so boggled down and weighed down with a lot of different. So it helps. It's a great help to your mental.
That's good. That's good.
Thank
And
you.
I like the fact is that you said that it helps you to release things and to actually let things go. And especially as women, I understand men that's listening. I mean, not to be biased, but it's about the women right now. Men have a lot on their shoulders, but I feel as women, we have a lot on our shoulders as well, because all of the different hats that we're wearing, just being a woman. Irene and I just had a whole conversation about being a woman, and it's
We
good
wear
body
many
about it.
hats.
Yes, but just being a woman and dealing with being a woman, along with being a mom, a wife, a business owner, a career woman, we have a lot of different hats to wear. So being able to release some of that stress, whether it is through journaling or exercising or just going woosah and rubbing your ears like Martin does.
Right.
I mean, you gotta have some time to let that go, or you're gonna be walking around like a time bomb, just ready to
And women are
blow
more
up.
emotional. To piggyback off that, women carry more emotions and feelings than men do.
Yes.
So it's best to get those emotions out and not care, because then you're holding on to things, you're building up stress. The more stress you build up, now you got heart issues. You carry. So self-care is daily. It's good. It helps mental. It's all around wholeness. It's needed.
That's good. That's good. So for someone that's just starting their self-care journey, they're saying like, okay, you know what? I've listened to this podcast and this is something that I have realized that yes, I do need this, but I don't know where to start. Like what are some ideas? What are some activities that they can actually start to incorporate into their daily lives?
Okay, so for a beginner, and then I actually have, like it's different areas, so of self-care. I'm going this way. Yeah, so it's like 7 different areas where they really say 8. So if you was just like beginning out, I would say like start small. Don't give yourself these great big expectations and then you don't get the accomplishment, because now you're adding on to the extra stress of the day or what's going on with you. So I would say, if drinking water, if you don't drink water, like I'm not a big water drinker, at least this week I'm gonna do 2 bottles of water. Start off something small, or I'm gonna walk.
Bottles of water for the week.
The block. I'm not a. I try. I really try, but I'm just not big on water. And then like emotional, like I said, like write your emotions out. Things to help you can cope with it. And then physical, like go to the gym. I'm gonna work out. You got social, call a friend. Hey, let's do lunch together. Are you available? I need to get something off my chest, things like that. I told you about financial, like start investing in things like, if you have to know your limits.
Yeah.
So like, know your limits financially too. So invest in things, maybe not drop a lump sum, or I'm going to drop quadrillion dollars on it, but make small investments, and double up on savings and things like that. That's a great big help.
That's good.
So just take small steps will help you get into like, let me start doing things for myself like that. That's a good start.
That's good.
So, our podcast is definitely about relationships. Kiran and I are big on community. We're big on friendships and, where we have people in our lives. And so in thinking about self-care, my question to you, really, I really have 2 questions I want to ask you, but I'm going to ask you this one, then I'm going to hurry up and ask my second question before Kiran jump in. But first question I want to ask you is, how important is community support in a self-care journey? And what tips do you have in like finding people or even talking to your friends or your community, your tribe, when you're saying, hey, I'm really trying to build in this self-care journey, how important is like your community when it comes to that?
It's important. You can have friends and you can even have family, but you need, and some of those people could be a friend or a family that you want to lean on, but it's good to have that community, that circle, because it lets you know that you're not doing it alone, or you're not going through whatever it is alone. You have somebody where you can call, hey, whether you want to go work out with me. It may not always be something that's a problem. I don't want to work out by myself today. Can you go to the gym with me? I got a buddy pass.
Yeah, that's good.
It could be anything like that. Hey, I got passes to the movies. You want to go to the movies? What show would you like to see? Like, to know that you're not doing this by yourself. We did self-care September at the church this past time. We had an event. We had a day with Jasmine Creates. And it was, her activity with us was community.
Yeah.
What we can do together, how you can learn about yourself through other people. So it's definitely a community thing. It's not something that you do by yourself, like self-care. It's some things you can do by yourself in self-care, but self-care is all of it. The umbrella is so wide. It reaches, like, you don't have to do it by yourself. It's good to do some things with some people.
Yeah. And I love, I'm sorry, Irene, before you ask your next question. I love what Kam is actually doing with her church. And it's not just for her church. She's actually opening these sessions up to other people. And they're not just focusing on one area. As she said, it's holistic. It's about the entire self. So they're incorporating Pilates, and they're incorporating aerobics, and then they do have somebody to come in to talk about dealing with grief and your mental wellness and expressive arts therapy. And like I said, it's open to anyone. So people, I'm not saying wait until September of next year, y'all, besties. I'm not saying that, but there are actual classes out there, and there's things that you can actually join,
right,
part of. Google it, find things in your neighborhood, see what they have going on at the local gym down the street from your house, or at the actual what do you call that you go to, that's at, not the field house, but down the street, the community center. For myself, a community center in your neighborhood. Find out what they have going on there. Do not just sit back and not do anything, especially those of you who have said to yourself, this is what I want to do. It's a lot of things out there you can do. I'm sorry, Irene, go ahead.
No, I think, that's good. Like, to piggyback off what you said, though, what I was actually thinking when you both were talking, sometimes besties, like, I love what Pastor Kam said as far as partnering with someone.
Yes.
So Kiran and I are really big on being intentional about spending time together, because life can just get away from us.
Because life.
Right?
It keeps life.
And like, just to give you like like transparency, like, I have been really, really sick for a few weeks, and her and I, because I was sick, I wasn't going around her, really anybody, but we were together on Monday, and it was last Monday, and it was only like a few hours. I mean, but we were so excited to see each other, laughing, talking, of course, always working. But when I left, I felt like rejuvenated and refreshed, because part of that self-care that you need is from your friendships. And so
absolutely,
it's important to have good friends. So sometimes, I learned this new word, y'all, it's just kiki with. I love that. Sometimes you just want to laugh and be silly and have fun. I don't always want to be like, oh, I'm Dr. Irene. I want to be silly. I want to laugh. I want to crack jokes. I want to dance. I want to just talk to my friend. I don't want her to be Lady Pastor Kiran Hayes. I want Kiran to just talk to, right? And we have those moments. And so self-care is just doing that. Going to grab, it ain't nothing for me and her to go to Starbucks.
And that's good.
Right?
Yes.
And so when you said that, I'm like, that is self-care, because you can't get everything from your husband. You can't get everything from your siblings. You can't get
Yes.
everything from your pastors, your leaders. You know, that's why God placed people at different levels and different
Yes.
functions in your life. Sometimes you just need your friend. I just need you. I just need my friend. We just gonna
Mhm.
laugh, right? I think that helps us mentally. Wouldn't you
Yes.
think so, Pastor Kam?
It does, because you, like you said, you can't tell everybody everything, and some things you don't
Mhm.
want to tell everybody everything. But when
I
you have that friend, it's like, we need a date. Like right
right.
now, like, before I do something, you need that person.
Yeah.
And you don't necessarily want a person that you have to wear a hat to, or that you can't be you. Like, we're
No.
we are beings. We have so many things going on, like, there's
Mhm.
so many aspects to us that's being
Yeah.
us. So I just want to be here. I just want to be down. I don't want to talk proper. I want to use
Thank
incorrect
you.
English. I want to put on whatever I want to put on. I don't want to
Yeah.
wear makeup. I want to
Yes.
come and cry. I want, you need that one person just to do that with. And it could be more than
Yes.
just one person, but you need that
Yeah.
friend.
Yeah.
That's true.
Absolutely.
I just want to always,
Absolutely.
sometimes my nouns and verbs ain't gonna agree. And I don't want to be like, I'm just gonna talk
I'm
Ebonics.
just gonna talk.
That's it.
Yes.
You know what? I did want to ask you, because you held up your sheet of paper, and I just actually took a whole self-care class. It was it was a year-long class, but it was 3 months of the different things of self-care. So I know what they are. But can you read the 7, 8 different areas of self-care so that our
Yes.
to know what they are?
So you have the mental,
Mm-hmm.
and mental self-care is cultivating like healthy mindset. You have emotional. Emotional self-care involves taking care of your heart, like your feelings and coping strategies. You have the physical that we said, involves taking care of you, like getting exercise, your nutrition, proper sleep. Environmental involves taking care of the places and things around you. Like,
Mhm.
like I said, I go to the church, I got things I have to do there. It's things like that. Spiritual things involve you in taking care of the practices and the meaning of your life, like finding your purpose or
Mm-hmm.
thing that you have a passion for. Recreational, making time for your hobbies, the fun activities, experiences. Then your social, as we just said, about your friends and building relationships and having healthy and strong boundaries. And then we have the 8, that's financial. And like I said, like, you make monthly budgets and you pay off like bills or make payments on your bills, start investing, or get a financial advisor, someone that can walk you through things to help you out.
Okay,
Yes.
good. Thank
Yes.
you for sharing those. And that's like a wheel of self-care, and all
Yes.
of that is like, like Kiran was saying, holistically what
Yes.
self-care looks like. Thank you so much for sharing that, Pastor Kam.
That's
No
good.
problem.
That's good. All of this information is good. And besties out there, I hope you all have been taking notes and are continuing to take notes. Go back and watch this again if you need
Good
to.
information.
Yes, it's very, very important to incorporate self-care into your daily lives. So, Lady Cam, when it
Yes.
comes to the bestie advice is about all things relationships. But we love to ask all of our guests our signature questions. So, our first signature question to you, and I think this does have a whole lot to do with self care too. That's just
Sure
me
does.
personally. So when it comes to relationships and thinking about relationships as far as with your girlfriends or people who you may want to have a relationship, or those who are trying to have a relationship with you, what are some of the red flags where you'll say like, that person is not the one? Like, what are some of those red flags?
If I give you a boundary
Yeah.
and you refuse to acknowledge or accept my boundary, that's a big red flag for me.
That's good. That's
Because
good.
I can't start a trust in you if I'm saying, like, this is where I need to be right now, or like, hey, this is far, and it's like you totally disregard that.
Right.
That's a red flag for me. Or me, if I can't correct you or tell you like you're wrong, I should say.
That's good.
Yeah.
that upsets you that I don't necessarily agree. We should be able to agree to disagree. I don't have to be your yes all the time. I could be like,
Yes.
no, girl, you're wrong. Like, no, you're wrong.
Yes.
And you
Yes.
should be able to tell me, no, Cam, you probably should have did this another way. But if you can't accept that, or that, bothers you, then that's saying that I can't have a friendship with you, because you don't want a real friend.
Yes. Yes.
That's
That's how they want a yes girl. They want
yeah.
a friend. They want a
Yeah,
yes
you
girl.
don't want a real friend. You don't want someone that really is looking out for your good, or really have your back, or really want better for you. Because why would I let you keep going down a one-way street, or not try to give you like, hey, this ain't a thing that you should do, or like, so yeah, no, that's a red flag.
That's good. That's good. And I think in any relationship, that if it's a real friendship, a good friend, a best friend, because everybody can't correct you. If the relationship is not there, yes, it is hard to try to correct someone. But if we say that we're friends, we're girls, and you say, girl, you off today, or girl, you got a nasty attitude, or girl, what's going on with you? And I'm like, what you mean? What's going on with me? Then that means like, okay, like, no, I am in agreement. I want somebody to tell me that my slip is showing. Your slip is showing. You're off today. You need to check your. No, I want someone to be able to tell me that. Thank God for my life that can do that. And it is a right way to deliver the message. But at the same time, you still have to receive it, whether they candy coated the message or they were raw and uncut with the message.
But
you
the message is the same.
The message is still the same, and you have to be able to receive it. So I love that. No, that is a red flag. You can't correct them.
Yeah, and it's also a red flag when people can't respect your boundaries too. So I really, really love that, because like, I give you a line and you're constantly crossing that line. We just had that conversation today.
Yes.
Karan and I. So I love that. So speaking of flags, what's a green flag? When you meet somebody and you're kind of walking alongside them, getting to know them, they might be an acquaintance or an associate. They might, wherever they enter in your life at, and you think, you know what? I think I want to proceed with getting to know this person a little bit better. So what is a green flag where you think this person could be a part of my tribe, wherever they fit, what's a green flag for you?
They listen.
That's good.
You're not listening to me to respond to me. You're listening to hear what I'm actually having to say. Your concern or your care is, hey, no, let me hear you. What's your voice in it? That's a green flag. That lets me know, oh, you want to know about me.
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's a green flag. And then we also got this thing, they call it intuition, but on the other side of it's called discernment. You just know, when, me and her can rock. Is there some people I connect to? I just like, and like I don't be wanting to share them, but I know I have to. But it's like but that's a green flag for me. Like if you're listening and I mention something, or I'm saying something bothering me, and then you come back with a solution, or you come, like, hey, I heard what you were saying, or you do something without even letting me know. And I know you only knew that if you was really paying attention, or you knew what was going on with me. Those are green flags. Those are people that you want, that I might not necessarily have to say something is wrong with me, but you can feel it, or you see it, because you know me. You've been watching me. You've been paying attention to me. We have a real connection.
No, I love that. And I love that, listen to understand that person and to hear that person's heart. Those people are rare. And when you find them, you have to treasure them.
Hold on.
Yes. So you protect them at all costs.
Yes.
I saw this TikTok where it was like, do you allow your best friend to have other friends? And they were like, oh yeah. And they had their best friend in the trunk of a car, like tied up. Oh yeah, they can talk to other people. Oh yeah, it was so funny. So when you said that, like, we don't want to share them, but you have to. But some people are just good. They radiate light. They're good people, and you just want to hold on to them. So I really, really like that as a green flag. Besties, Pastor Kam has given us so much information when it comes to
Yes.
self-care and about friendships. And who knew that self-care had an awareness month? Well, now we know we're going to mark our calendars for next
Yes.
September. But like Lady Kiran said, you know what? Practice self-care any time of the month,
Anytime, every
Mhm.
day.
all the
Yes.
time, every day. Make a date with yourself, besties,
Yes.
to have your self-care time, whether Pastor Cam said it could be the first 15 minutes in the morning, it could be in the restroom, it could be in your
Yes.
car, anywhere. You need to have that time for yourself and just start building a consistent routine now.
Yes.
And so we want to thank her for taking the time to come and to help us. Thank you so much.
Thank you for
We're gonna
having
have to
me.
have
I
you
enjoy
come back.
myself.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yes.
you.
We're going to have her come back and give us some more tips and help us even upgrade our lives even more when it comes to the area of self-care, because
Yes.
we need it. And so make sure that you not only watch this podcast, but you watch all the others that we have. We have 4 additional seasons. You can watch us on YouTube. You can listen to us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. You can also listen to us on iHeartRadio, as well as Amazon Podcasts. So anywhere you prefer to listen to your podcast, we are there. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, as well as TikTok. And until next time, besties, we will see you. Bye.
Bye, y'all.